Hello everyone, Karen des. I'm sorry for the delay in releasing an episode. It's been a busy week. Today's episode is a little bit sad. On March 28th, Japan lost a national treasure. Ryuichi Sakamoto died at 71 years old. Ryuichi Sakamoto is a Japanese musician, composer, producer, and an actor who is famous for his work in various fields of music and entertainment. He was a classically trained musician who has made significant contributions to the worlds of pop music, electronic music, film music, and classical music. His cause of death was not publicly disclosed, but he was diagnosed with rectal cancer in June 2020. The cancer had spread to both lungs and other parts of his body, and it was announced that he was at stage 4. The last 6 months of his life had been a terrible struggle. 1 or 2 days before his death, he begged his family and doctors to let him go because it's so painful. A close acquaintance said, "It must have been really painful for him to say such a thing because he was never the type to complain." Sakamoto underwent 6 surgeries in a year to remove cancer that had spread to both of his lungs. Since then, he had been in the hospital and on medication. Without surgery or other aggressive treatment, he was told by the doctor he would have had only 6 months to live. Sakamoto's favorite Latin phrase was added to the document announcing his death. In English, it translates to, "Art is long, life is short," which states that people's lives are short, but great works of art survive after death. I've never thought of it that way, but it's very true, isn't it? It's all about the impression and legacies you leave behind after death. It's not about how long you live or how old you are when you die. If you leave something behind, then your existence can become immortalized. One thing for sure, we wouldn't forget the name Ryuichi Sakamoto for a very long time. Born on January 17, 1952 in Tokyo, Japan, Sakamoto began studying piano at the age of 3 and later attended the Tokyo National University of Fine Arts and Music, where he studied composition and music theory. So throughout his life, he had never strayed far from music. Sakamoto began his career in the late 1970s as a founding member of an influential electronic music group, Yellow Magic Orchestra. YMO had a major impact on Japanese and global pop music. Their innovative use of synthesizers and other electronic instruments helped to define the sound of electronic music in the 1980s and had a significant influence on many other artists. They combine elements of pop, rock, jazz, and traditional Japanese music to create a unique and groundbreaking sound. Sakamoto was also successful as a solo composer and musician, with numerous albums and film scores to his name. He has won many awards for his work, including an Academy Award for Best Original Score for his work on the film The Last Emperor in 1987. He has released many songs throughout his career, but my all-time favorite from Sakamoto is still until today, "Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence." It's composed for a movie with the same title. I haven't listened to this song for a while, so to pay homage to the late Mr. Sakamoto, I decided to listen to it all night. A lot of Sakamoto's fans left heartfelt comments on his YouTube videos. I didn't realize that this video was going to be one of his last. I couldn't imagine how he must have felt knowing that at that point, his life was coming to an end, and that performance might have been his last. The song itself has such a unique and haunting tune. The melody itself is not so complicated, but somehow it's just really catchy and memorable. Every time I listen to it, a snowy landscape comes to mind, and in the center of it all, a lonely figure stands waiting in the cold. Many people also say that they imagine standing in the rain when they listen to Ryuichi Sakamoto's songs. It feels strangely sentimental and nostalgic. The song is in fact Sakamoto's first film score composed in 1983. He also played an on-screen role alongside the legendary musician David Bowie as a prisoner of war. Sakamoto had won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a BAFTA Award, making him the first Japanese musician to win an Oscar. Sakamoto has collaborated with a diverse range of artists throughout his career, including David Bowie, Iggy Pop, Thomas Dolby, and more recently Alpha Noto and Venice. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, or if it's even a he. In 2009, Sakamoto was awarded the Order of the Arts and Letters from the Ministry of Culture of France for his contributions to music. He was appointed as a Commander of the Order, which is the highest rank of the honor. This recognition is a testament to Sakamoto's significant contributions to the arts and culture, both in Japan and globally. Aside from his musical contribution, Sakamoto was also an outspoken advocate for environmental and social causes, and he has used his platform to raise awareness about issues such as climate change, nuclear power, and human rights. After the Fukushima nuclear disaster in 2011, Sakamoto became an active supporter of efforts to raise awareness about the ongoing impact of the disaster and the people and environment of the region. He organized and participated in various concerts and events to raise funds and awareness for the cause. One of Sakamoto's most significant contributions was the creation of the organization No Nuclear Music, which brought together musicians and artists to raise awareness about the dangers of nuclear power and promote alternative forms of energy. The organization organized concert, events, and educational programs to promote their message, and Sakamoto himself performed at many of these events. Sakamoto also created the composition Acing Arboretum in 2017. Again, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, which was inspired by his visit to the Fukushima area and was intended to raise awareness about the ongoing impact of the disaster. The piece was performed at various events and was also released as an album. Through his work with No Nuclear Music and other efforts, Sakamoto has been a prominent voice in the movement to promote sustainable and safe forms of energy and to support the people and communities affected by the Fukushima disaster. In addition, he had also been a vocal advocate for LGBTQ rights and had used his platform to raise awareness and promote acceptance and inclusion. To be honest, nobody really knows Ryuichi Sakamoto's true sexual orientation, even though some people speculated that he might be either gay or bisexual. But a few close sources say that Sakamoto loved women, as shown by his 2 marriages and several romantic relationships. After his second divorce, he actually had another partner who stayed with him until the end. As someone with talent and unique personality, Sakamoto was naturally popular with women. A close acquaintance said that Sakamoto would often go out drinking with different women every night. Well, as long as he didn't leave too many hearts broken, I guess it's natural. Sakamoto is survived by his daughter, Miyu Sakamoto, who is also a singer, and his son, Neo Sora, who is currently an active filmmaker. He may be gone, but I'm sure his music will continue to live on and inspire many young artists. Rest in peace, Mr. Sakamoto. Thank you for blessing us with your music.